Hey y'all, today we're going to be reacting to the video called PlayStation Knows What's Coming, so they hiked up their prices. So yeah, that's a bad sign if Sony got to hike up their prices. I mean, it's already expensive enough to play video games as it is and owning these consoles. So let's see what's going on with Sony.
We're quickly moving towards a world in which a $1,000 console will be the norm and console gaming will become a luxury expenditure. I
just want to say, if consoles become $1,000 at that point, just buy a PC. Just buy a PC. Just spend $4,000 on a PC and just don't look back. Because $1,000 gaming console, that's absurd.
absolutely
like, ain't nobody going
hate
for that.
that things are going in this direction, but it seems that they are. And those are the words of Professor Joost van Drooyen to Games Radar as he reacted to PlayStation's latest price hike and looks towards the future, which is pretty much his job. And the future's not looking great. Economic and political upheaval are wreaking havoc in the games industry, and the long-term costs could be dire, as what was once the easiest entry point into gaming for millions of people is soon becoming the preserve of the most well-off in society. That
just get a PC.
Bad for video games. And with that said, let's get into the story. For the second time in under a year, and the third since the console launched, PlayStation have announced global price increases.
Oh, wait a minute. A PlayStation 5 digital edition is $600 to $650. The Pro is $900, and that's US prices. But it looked like it's cheaper overseas, so I guess buy your console from the UK and get somebody to ship it from you. Damn, that's a lot of fucking money, man. Especially in the economic times we in.
For their hardware. I'll use the US prices as a baseline because they've broadly been mapped onto the rest of the world. So the base PS5 is up from $550 to $650. The digital edition from $500
the base
to $600.
console
and even the
is $650.
Portal has
no, wait, hold
up
on. Wait, maybe I heard that wrong.
To $600, and even
the base console is $650. I was right.
Little Portal has climbed up
That's
from $200 to $250. But where it's most rough is the Pro, because it's moving from $750 to $900, and it's all kicking off April 2nd. So you can bet there'll be a surge of sales before then. So what we're looking at across the board is $100 more for base consoles and $150 for the Pro.
Who has this kind of money?
Local taxes and currency conversions will push that even higher for other regions in the world. Now, notably, this won't touch the cheaper digital-only Japanese language locked PS5 that is sold domestically, which means it'll be around half the price of the international models. So if you're planning a trip to Japan and you're okay with only playing Japanese games, I guess that's a thing. But the reason all this is happening is a hell of a lot bigger than imports. It's about cost.
But somebody could probably jailbreak that PC though, right? Right? Couldn't they? You could hire somebody to kind of go in there and tweak some stuff so you could play regular games. Let me know down in the comments. I think some smart people out there who could do that.
Taxes, chasing updates, and getting nowhere.
Sony's explanation really won't surprise you. They say, with continued pressures in the global economic landscape, we've made the decision to increase the prices of PS5, PS5 Pro, and PlayStation Portal Remote Player globally. Oh, that was a mouthful. Now, what's telling about this increase is that it's happening everywhere. You see, back in 2022, PlayStation didn't risk hiking prices in the US, though they did hike them everywhere else. But now there is no option not to. And it's not hard to see why. The economic headwinds are going in the wrong direction for Sony's margins. And for a bit of evidence, that same week, Sony suspended sales of almost all of their memory cards. And when they did, they blamed the semiconductor shortage driven by the data center crisis. And in the US, Sony weren't the only
data center crisis? Hey, let me know down the comment.
One's raising prices that week. GameFile reported that the next Playground, which is the family-friendly Kinect analog console, that they had to raise prices by $50 up to $300, and that's in spite of them outselling Xbox and PlayStation hardware at a few points last year.
Just say your money.
It's not just them though. INEO have suspended sales of the next two handheld PC because production costs now approach double their original price.
Wait. PC Park Crisis would have you forced gaming handhelds to be $4,000? Who are they making these? Who are they making this for? Who has four? I mean, if you're going to just cater to the rich, okay, fine. Make a $4,000 console. But even to convince a rich person to spend $4,000 on a handheld PC,
insane.
like,
So production costs
even
are
they
going up
probably
across
still
the board,
wouldn't.
and companies, well, they want you and me to cover the difference. Now, on top of that, tariffs are still a bit of an issue in the US. Now, they were lessened after the Supreme Court ruling on their legality, but worry there is not gone. So with what I'm going to call a multi-front global shit show going on, well, it turns out that even before all this news broke, PlayStation were looking to the future and thinking about what their next hardware could be.
They've always been doing
I think
that.
that is quite telling. Why are they doing this now? Well, at their last financial report,
Hey, man, really got a
CFO
choice.
Lin Tao said that, quote, conditions in the console hardware market during the year-end selling season were more challenging than expected, but they were actually still able to hit their targets for sales. But their outlook in the future is more mixed. Now, of course, on the channel, we've talked before about how they had planned to increase growth by, to quote them, prioritizing monetization of the installed base to date and striving to further expand their software and network services revenue. Bit of a mouthful of a quote, but what it basically amounted to is, oh shit, we need to get more money from the people that we've already got because we sure as hell are not getting more new people as fast as we thought we would.
And we all know how well that works. When you start nickel and diming everybody, that usually never works. You're just going to push people just to get a PC. Because you can do stream. You can be on stream for free. I mean, stream is like one of the greatest things. Let me try that again. It's good when you don't have to do. Like, it's really going to be, yeah. Like, because it never works when you nickel and dime your fan base. It's like you can't hike the prices too high because it's like, I'm not going to pay that. Like, nah. That don't sound good. Yeah, it's like you really have to be careful when you do, like, wait, let me listen to that again. Ooh, I don't see how.
We've talked before about how they had planned to increase growth by, to quote them, prioritizing monetization of the installed base to date and striving to further expand their software and network services revenue. Bit of a mouthful of a quote, but what it basically amounted to is, oh shit, we need to get more money from the people that we've already got because we sure as hell are not getting more new people as fast as we thought we would. Now,
yeah, so stuff like that usually don't work when you raise the price, constantly have to raise the prices of everything, especially for the PlayStation Plus service and like the exclusive games. They usually never work because it feel like you're getting punished. It's like, hey, I decided to be loyal to the company and you constantly trying to gouge money out me. You know, it was $20 to be PlayStation Plus. Now it's like $30. Oh, the games used to be 60. Now they gonna be 80. You know, you can't keep doing that to your loyal fan base because they just gonna fuck off and go somewhere else. Again, it's like just save up for a PC. And this is coming from a diehard console gamer. So
the reason that they could do that is, to quote them, given the stage of our console cycle, our hardware sales strategy can be adjusted flexibly. That's kind of telling, and we can now see what that actually looks like. And notably, they have raised the base model to the same price as the Xbox Series X after its own increases last year. So that means that they're not breaching any new limit for a console of that tier. And there is some logic to the increase. In an interview with Games Radar, analyst Dr. Serkan Toto suggested that Sony was actually getting ahead of staggered price increases. Here's the quote from him. It looks like Sony baked in potential future fluctuations and decided to go for one substantial increase in early 2026 instead of raising prices more frequently and over a longer period of time. And that last part is important because it means PlayStation still thinks there's a long enough life to the PS5.
Right, and it's not.
And given the global situation, I think that is beyond obvious.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's a long enough life because Sony is not coming out with the bangers they used to. I mean, PlayStation 4 had all the good games. Like, I was almost jealous that I didn't get a PlayStation 4. Like, they had Horizon Zero Dawn, the God of War, the Uncharted franchise, the Spider-Man games. Like, they had some bangers on the PS4. Like, it's a reason they eclipsed the Xbox. And this is coming from a former Xbox fan. So I don't see, you know, where the longevity for the PlayStation 5 is. Like, to me, there's no reason to even bother these
Given
consoles.
the global situation,
Even though I do got a
think
Series
that is
X.
beyond obvious. There is no time soon that's going to be good for launching a fresh console.
Exactly.
Now, at that November earnings call, Tao said that the PS5 was, quote, only in the middle of the journey. And that suggests a lifespan that could run into 2028 or perhaps later.
No.
Of course,
Fuck
if you
no.
do a new price increase every like 3 months,
They're gonna have
people are
to.
just
They're
going
gonna have to
get
increase it.
really down on you. That's just going to be bad. You generally want to take all your PR just all at once up front and get it done and over with. But there's another thing. This year is almost certainly going to be the pinnacle of PS5 console sales, at least
Why is
like
that?
post-launch. And there's a very simple reason why. It's called Grand Theft Auto 6. And when GTA 6 comes out, there will be no PC port, no PS4,
Wait.
no Xbox One version. Video games sell consoles more than spec sheets do, and if you want an example of
I'm
that,
sorry,
just
say that again?
comes out, there will be no PC port, no
There would be no PC port of what? Grand Theft Auto 6 ain't coming to the PC? Hold on. Wait, I gotta check that. Hold on. Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. GTA 6 is scheduled to launch on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X on November 19th. After multiple delays, there are no official release dates announced for the PC. Industry trends suggest that a later release is likely 2027 or 2028. Are they they have got to be fucking joking. Why would Rockstar not optimize the... So I have to wait a whole 2 years before I can play GTA 6. Or I have to play it on my console, my Xbox Series X, which can barely which I already know gonna be able to barely handle this fucking game. Like, look at that game. Like, consoles ain't gonna be barely able to handle that. Look what happened to Cyberpunk 2027. Shit, them consoles almost exploded trying to run that game. And I was one of the people who had it on the original Xbox One X. Oh my God, that is like, that's a major L for fucking Rockstar. Hey, let me know what you think about that down in the comment section. God damn, that is so like I would have made sure people on the PC could play it day one.
PS4,
They
no
run this shit at
Xbox
max
One
settings,
version.
man.
Video games sell consoles more than spec sheets do, and if you want an example of that, just take a look at Pokemon Pocopia, which it's maybe like 152%
That actually generally
more
pissed me off.
Switch 2 sales or something like that. The stats only just came out, but the point is, big system sellers like that truly do matter. That means Sony are increasing prices now so that when we get to November, they'll be able to benefit from people buying consoles to upgrade from their PS4 so that they can play GTA 6. And that's been one of the big stories
Man,
of this
look at
console
this
cycle.
guy.
Loads of people have just
Man, look at this fucking game. Y'all think consoles can really run this game? The Xbox Series X and the PS4 Pro gonna be able to handle this game?
This
game looked-
PS4 and PS4 Pro.
This game looked demanding as
Or
fuck.
they've just went somewhere else, be that PC or I don't know, gooning and TikToking on their phone and not playing video games anymore.
Look
But
at
what it
this
does mean
game.
is that this is one of Sony's biggest opportunities.
I don't see.
And of course, with low-level console, well, it does mean that if you want to play probably the most like technically impressive, largest scope game that's ever been made at its level of fidelity, and you really want it pushed to the max, and in a world where you can't play it in PC, it'll be the PS5 Pro, which has just went up by $150. And what it also does is it lets them sell
That is so
higher
fucking
markup,
lame.
meaning
What
that
is
whenever they do discounts, well, those discounts won't sting their bottom line as much. It's basically a similar argument to game prices going to $80, where some people will buy a game for $80 regardless, and anyone waiting for a discount will probably just end up paying close enough to an older sticker price because your discount is applied to a higher base value. Either way, more money for Sony, more people in the PlayStation ecosystem.
Yeah.
That is, of course, as long as this gamble actually pays off.
Right.
And that's where there are some worries. There's a world where this could backfire, and it's because PlayStation is banking on one thing: their audience continuing to have money. Now, the data actually does
Exactly.
back them up on that.
Thank you. Because man, it's hard. It's hard out here right now.
To a point. So think of it this way. There are effectively 3 video game markets. There's the big free-to-play audience, so Fortnite and all those other games you don't have to pay to access. Then there's the annualized live service crowd. That's
like
your
Madden,
EA Sports FC,
2K.
your NBA 2Ks, a lot of Sony first-party games that slot into
Never played the soccer
that
games.
type of purchase going out to a very broad market. What may give you the willies is that together, those two extremes make up what Newzoo identifies as 70% of the market, which is the full price 70.
What's that? $50 games still dominate this. Their share is slipping due to the 2-year shortage of major blockbusters. $30 game segments have always been growing. Yeah, $50. Yeah, because people can afford a $50 game. Like that was basically the normal price for games until like what, the 360? That's when prices started to get to the 60s. Let's see, PlayStation $50. Why you put the same graph here? Yeah, 2023, $30 50. Yeah, look at that. Yep. I mean, because let's be honest, a $50 game is a pretty reasonable price. Now I understand why they had to take it to 60 because games became more expensive to make. But this $70 and $80 shit, that's just great.
Dollar games. Most people actually do turn up and buy them. The other 30% though, that is the squeezed middle of AA's, indies, and other projects. So, audience have been proving to be willing to spend, but the very same economic chaos that PlayStation is blaming for these price rises does mean there is an ever-dwindling number of people who can actually spend on a PS5, especially, say, a Pro. And when Sony says the PS5 Pro is the best way to play GTA 6, that's going to mean it'll be $900. You'll then need to buy that game. Let's assume it'll be $70. Maybe it'll be more.
It's going to be more.
Maybe you actually want to get the $100 version because it comes with some things that are technically worth something. And that effectively means a 1,000 USD investment to play the big new game.
That's crazy.
In the best way you can on a console. PlayStation basically hopes that the FOMO of GTA will drive more units, but with these prices, that is an extremely high barrier.
Not shelling out $1,000. I don't know about all that.
The audience will shrink to the more wealthy who can actually afford these prices. I think that's a bad thing. I actually like it when video games can basically be for everyone. Brings us together. That's the type of shit we want. Yeah. With all this in mind, what's coming next? The console was always supposed to be the plug-and-play, easy access version of gaming, and us weird PC people would build our tricked-out rigs and spend a shitload of money on stuff that we technically don't need, but we like because it's our hobby. And to some extent, that still does exist. There are relatively cheap consoles, like say the Next Playground. That's clear.
What the hell is that? The Next Playground? This is the first time you're hearing about this.
Clearly got an audience for families at that $250 price point. Of course, you're not going to be playing GTA in that thing, but it still is a console that is performing
I can play Fruit Ninja in my living room.
Budget console is now only $100 cheaper than the PS5
and I can play Barbie.
Edition whenever it launched. So what we are seeing is the floor is rising. Not everyone will be able to make that leap.
Exactly.
Many won't want to. You know, those free-to-play games that are available on phones, tablets, PCs. Well, you can just play it in those things instead of a single function console. The players have
Wait, didn't they try that before with a few consoles like that? And it didn't work out. What was it called? The Yuya? Yeah, like they tried that before and it completely bombed. And Stadia was like a live service console type shit. But yeah, they tried that with the Yuya and it didn't work out. So I mean, if it's some type of difference, I like to see.
Those games don't really need PS5s, and as a lot of analysts speculate, there's a really big question looming, and that is what happens in the next generation of consoles.
Yes.
Gaming has never really been a cheap hobby. A PS5 at $500 is just as inaccessible as a PS5 at $650 to many people. But there was a principle that consoles would get cheaper over time, and that their value would actually increase over time as devs got more out of them, and the actual games got discounted, and the libraries got larger. That is
because I ain't gonna lie, spending $4,000 for this PC I got here, it was a good investment. But everybody don't got that kind of money, or want to spend that kind of money, or deal with a PC. That's why I was with consoles for so long until I saw the light. But yeah, they should have got cheaper, because it's becoming really expensive to own a PC too. So
is always how it was. I mean, do you remember what, say, Black Friday PS4 sales would be like? they would be so cheap in comparison to what we've got today.
Really?
And I can't say for the earlier console generations, at least in living memory, I think this is the first time that a generation has got substantially more expensive over time instead of getting cheaper over time.
Because the 360 was only $300.
Really what should happen.
And the
but where it
PlayStation
gets spooky
3 was like $6
is that
or
over
$5.
time, it means that gaming could become something for, say, middle class and up, that fewer and fewer people will be able to access this type of gaming. I think that is bad.
The gaming market is
for
cooked.
games. And what could potentially be worse
cooked.
is what will replace it
Like,
for the people who, say, can't afford those things.
burnt to
What
crisp.
if it ends up being more free-to-plays that are a little bit psychologically manipulative? What if it is that instead of people enjoying, say, a 50-hour story or getting really immersed in a cool game that just resonates with their soul, well, what if instead they're just bed rotting on TikTok because that is the form of dopamine release, you know, chill out time, whatever,
It's
that they're
free.
actually able to access?
I mean, shit.
That actually worries me. It's a little bit spine-chilling. Yeah. And with NVIDIA probably throwing everything they can at Vera Rubin and the AI-focused data center stuff, it's not like PC gaming is getting a lot of love to compensate. We're looking at PS5s that are more expensive and the potential of a PS6 that could start at $1,000. Prices are going up, spending power is going down, PlayStation is betting that you will pay anyway. I guess we and CFO Lin Tao will just have to wait and see how that goes. But what you don't have to wait for is our good friend Jensen Huang making a little bit of a prat out of himself over DLSS 5. You can learn all about that in this video next.
Okay. All right. That was a good video by Mike Bell Games. Yeah, that was a good video. Yeah, I think the gaming industry, yeah, we cooked. The gaming industry, well, as far as console was, I think as far as console was, yeah, it's cooked. Because nobody is about to spend $1,000 on no gaming console. Because that would mean what? The games would be $80. Yeah, so that was a good video. So, yeah, the gaming industry is kind of cooked right now. It is literally on fire. And somebody need to put it out. Because just think about this. If a PlayStation 6 is going to be $1,000, then they probably would, then that probably mean the games are probably going to be $90. Because that's going to be an expensive console to make. And that means the games are going to be even more expensive to make. Hell, it's already absurd that we shouldn't even be paying $70. And a lot of these games don't even be good. They can't even justify the price of some of these $70 games. That's what people be so upset about. And this is like, we paying $70 for like a $50 game. That's why so many people get upset about this shit. I just spent $1,000 on a game, and I just spent $80 or $90 on a game that was basically a double A, or a game I probably should have just waited till it went on sale. Like, man, I don't know. I know I'm glad that I bought my PC when I did, because, yeah, even that's about to get super duper fucking expensive. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. So, I'll probably be trying to do more of these. And, hey, if you like them, hey, check out some more. Hey, and if you like me doing this, hey, let me know down in the comments. And, hey, check out some other videos. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.